find a team like us. I've been on my grind and all that stuff.
I'm Cleo. I currently run a brand called CleeClothing, which I started nearly 6 years ago now, because I started it 2 weeks before I started college. So yeah.
Got me feeling like I'm Rocky when I'm knocked down. Last year we were cold, now we hot now.
What made you decide to kind of start it? So what was your inspiration?
There was no like big kind of decision really. Like there was a decision, but there was no like plan put in place at all. So it was just a thing where like I started making some t-shirts myself, and then I was printing them myself. It was like transfer prints, iron-on, so the quality was horrible and it took me ages, but like people started asking for them, so I just started doing it for them. And then eventually my friend kind of convinced me to turn it into like a real brand, so we came up with a name and he made the logo like the next day on the Facebook page, and then it just kind of started.
Yeah, so to me this kind of sounds like it was all done for you. When I say that, I mean that it really, obviously you're unhappy with branding, so I'm kind of assuming that other people, they were happy with it, but personally you were happy with it. So is CleeClothing all about how you feel? So you don't really take into account what customers feel? Like, do you take?
No, it's always been about like I made a decision at the point when I was rebranding it in 2012. I remember thinking, okay, so I need to make it about something, and I remember thinking like, what can I make it about? And like I came to what a lot of people come to is I want people to be able to express themselves. And then I was like, how can I get someone to express themselves by creating a limited number of designs and saying, wear my designs and that will be your expression? I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, how can I speak for anyone else? How can I express what anyone else is trying to express? I can only express what I'm trying to express. So then I was like, I'm not trying to speak for no one. I'm not trying to say anyone else feels any kind of way. I'm just trying to be honest about how I feel and where I am. And if people resonate with it, that's cool. If people identify with it, that's cool. If they don't, that's cool too. It's not for them, but I think it's done more than I thought it would do for people. The honesty.
I mean, yeah, in terms of success, obviously again, because I've known you for quite a long time, I've seen your growth, I've seen your progression, but again, that's only what I perceive as progression. So for example, when I saw Joe Budden, Chance the Rapper, I think Wretch 42, I've seen them in CleeClothing as well. And to me, that was quite a big thing. I was impressed. But what's your definition of success? How do you feel about those things?
I don't feel anything about that at all. Like I don't feel any kind of like achievement from those things. I feel like there are certain things that I worked really hard for, like the whole brand in general. I worked really hard and stuff, but that to me just isn't a measure of achievement. It's just not how I measure. It's not how I measure it.
Because I mean, I would always see you kind of, what's the word? You're always promoting your new lines. I mean, that pushing kind of is then. If that wasn't your measure of success, what was the aim?
Well, this is the thing actually, like because at the beginning, part of the reason why it was so difficult was because I didn't have any measure. Like I was like, I'm not doing it for money, so this isn't a valid measurement. I'm not doing it for like, I don't know, celebrities to wear it, so this isn't a valid measurement either, like for me personally. So that's partly why it was so hard, because I never felt like I was moving forward. It felt like I'm working so hard and nothing's happening. That's what it felt like. So when I rebranded it, I had to make a conscious decision that like, this is about me expressing myself. This is what I'm doing for myself, and it's got so then that means the growth is measured by how much I grow. Do you know what I mean? And the whole process of designing stuff based on how I feel means that I always have to go through a process of self-reflection. And at that process I can see that, oh, okay, I remember how I felt at that point, and I remember now that I feel differently, and I understand that there's been growth here. Do you know what I mean? So the place I was at that I described earlier, where I was just lost at that point when I was deciding what to do just before the revamp. This one was like the one that expressed that. So it was just dark, and I was just lost. It was just very obvious. But then the same stage of lost feels different at different points. So like a year later, this was the one to express my feeling of being lost, but this one is more about seeing the adventure in being lost. Like, I'm lost as in I don't know where I'm going, but it's less scary, it's more just like exciting sort of thing. It's like fantasy. Like, okay, if I don't know where I'm going, then I can go anywhere sort of thing.
I've been on my grind and all that stuff. Tell me when
Someone came in the shop the other day and they asked me about this one, and it reminded me why, like what it actually meant, because it was a few years ago, I haven't really thought about it, but it was at a point when obviously I decided that I wanted to release this stuff based on what I was feeling at the time, but like no one does that, innit? Like no one runs businesses about, I just feel lost right now, like that's not how life works, innit? So obviously I'm terrified, because it's like, okay, so you've just been doing this thing and then you're going to come out and then you think people care about how you feel, do you know what I mean? Like, so I was really scared, and so, but what I felt like was, if this is what I need to do, then I need to trust that I'm going to be okay sort of thing. And so this was about like, I need to just let my heart show, I just have to, that's the only thing that I can do, like either I do this or I do nothing sort of thing. So this was at a point when I wasn't there, like I was definitely there, but I set this as like, this is what I need to feel, like this is the next thing that I need to do, like I have to just trust sort of thing. And then, yeah, so trust means different things at different times. So the next part of the trust thing was trust in the journey, which has been like the map-based stuff, so like the bucket hats with the map of the world.
What was the hardest thing? Because I can imagine, because I mean, CleeClothing is so personal to you, there must have been something that kind of, I don't know, like at one stage was just like, okay, I can't do this, it's too much. Is there a moment that you kind of felt like that?
No, it always felt like the hardest thing was, I'm much less in it now, but I used to be very much in a competitive mind frame. So even though I said that I wasn't measuring it on the measurements of success that other people were measuring it on, I still couldn't help but look at what they were doing, like other people were doing, and being like, oh, they're moving so much faster and they're doing this and they're doing that, and I'm not doing any of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that was like, that was constant for ages, of just looking at people and being like, but obviously like, most people have teams when they do clothing lines and stuff. Most people know a little bit about fashion, most people know a little bit about business, most people aren't doing absolutely everything, and most people aren't studying at the same time sort of thing. So then like it kind of came to a place where it was like, are you doing it for other people or are you doing it for yourself? If you're doing it for yourself, don't watch anyone, because it's your growth that's important, and you're going at the speed you're going at because this is the speed you need to go at. Do you know what I mean? It's not about anyone else, but that was very difficult.
So, where you are now, do you feel like CleeClothing is at the place you think it's like the best place that it's ever been?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I feel like I understand it more than I have ever before. Obviously, like everything, energy doesn't get wasted in it, so the energy that has been invested across this 6 years, nearly 6 years, it's gone into it. Do you know what I mean? I didn't see how it was manifesting at the time, and I still don't in a lot of ways, but like it's there and it's happened, and so it's got me to this point. Do you know what I mean?
So, right, quite healthy point. Is there anything that you would have done differently?
No, definitely not.
Is it just all part of the...
It's just part of the journey, isn't it? Like, I feel like where I am right now is perfect. I'm so grateful for everything. Like, the lessons that I have been learning are just like, I feel taken care of. I feel like I'm being looked after, like all the time. And I feel like I'm growing so much and learning so much that I swear to you, I'm a different person every 2 weeks. Like, I'm a new person because of what I've understood. Like, I'm happier, I'm more grateful, and more like accepting of where I am than ever before. So that means absolutely everything that made it to this point, whether it felt good or bad at the time, was worth it, and it was necessary. Do you know what I mean? So there's nothing I would change, not one thing, because it was necessary to get me to this point.
What's next? What's the next step?
Okay, so obviously I'm ending the brand at the end of August. So all the pieces are limited edition now, I'm not creating anything else. And it's a thing where through the growth and through the journey, like I said, I change every 2 weeks, innit? So the person I am now compared to the person who I was like a year ago, it's like my mental processes are unrecognizable. Like I wouldn't know who that was speaking if I heard, do you know what I mean? Like, just because the way that I think is just different. So obviously, because the process has made me be honest with myself about where I'm at all the time, I've just realized that I've grown to a point where it's like I just want to do something different now, where I just want to essentially, the clothing line was an expression of who I am. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to express myself and express who I am, and I used the platform that I had at the time, which was the clothing line. But that's not essentially the best. It doesn't make the most sense. It doesn't fit me the best. Like, there's a lot of stuff about doing it that I don't enjoy and that I'm not particularly good at. But like the thing I said about the thing that I've learned, the most recent thing that I've learned, is that the more honest you are with who you are, the more you understand yourself, the more you can build stuff around who you are. And so I basically realized that because I started this so young and just the process that it was in, I've tried to fit myself to an extent into something that didn't actually fit me. So like, I'm not good at sales at all. Like, I just teach myself graphic design every time I need to make a design, as in like, I don't really know how to use Photoshop. Like, I don't even know if you're supposed to do it on Photoshop. I just make it up as I go along. There's no way I could recreate it, but it's done now, put it out, sort of thing, yeah. So there's a lot of things that are working against myself. It's like the whole journey has felt very, very uphill, but it's made me fit. not literally at all, but it's got, yeah. So now I understand myself more, so much more, that now I need to rebuild. Like, I need to rebuild around the understanding of who I am in a way that fits me perfectly, so that it's not uphill anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna have to be level now. So I've been working against myself essentially, but it's been important. But now it's time that I work with myself. This is the other Trust in the Journey one, which was about like trusting in the journey, as you can see. TRUSJ. Today. Yeah, so that was that one. And then if we go back over here. This is one of the unrestricted ones. This is the most recent one. So this is Unrestricted in Paradise, and it was just, I was really trying to visualize what unrestricted might look like, or what it might look like, it might feel like.
Yeah, when you wanna know me, yeah, and my team.
Any young person who wants to say start their own business, if it's a clothing line, if it's, say they want to get into photography, even if anything in general, even academically, what would you kind of say is the main component that they need to, I don't know, succeed in what they want to do?
They have to want to. They have to want to do it. Like, and they don't have to, but my advice is to understand why you want to do it. So constantly come back and ask yourself why. Like, so you understand at the very core why you're doing it, because like the measures of success that it's very easy to get caught up in, and the competition and everything will make you feel like you have to just keep going in this direction that you've set yourself in, but it's not necessarily why. You don't know necessarily why you're doing it. Do you know what I mean? So but if you know why you're doing it, then you can shape it around you. You can shape it around what you want. And yeah, so I think take time. Put stuff out whenever you want to put stuff out. Like, don't worry about rules too much. Like, and don't worry about people telling you this isn't the way things are done. Like, if you're doing things from a place of truth, like where it's like you understand that this is you and this is what you want to express, don't let anyone tell you that this is not the way things are done, because people will rewrite the rule book once you break it. Like, it's only a rule because people have said it's a rule. Do you know what I mean? It's only a thing because this is the way it's done. It's not the only way it can be done. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like don't be scared. Nothing matters. Like, the world will keep spinning regardless of anything. Like, no matter how badly you fail, no one cares. People will get over it in a week. No one cares. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't measure success against what the people around you right now care about, because in 20 years time, or your competitors right now, because in 20 years time, are you going to even remember their names? Do you know what I mean? Like, don't do anything based on other people. Do it based on you, your truth, who you are, what you want to do, and know why you want to do it. That's it.
I don't care, man, there's no why winners. Scatty living, but you know my team are winning. Section, selling dreams, are you kidding? Come on, girl, man, I'm trying to shake the system. Roll up a short L and touch your spirit. Girl, if you can't bill it, we can grab some. Drink straight, no mixes. Hey, drink straight.